Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network. We are back with the fourth house intuitive. Again, excited to have our friend here. I love when she waves to me. Yes, Salem Nicole joining us here live on the podcast and Zoomcast. She's an intuitive and empath and here offering so many services worldwide. She's based out of Florida. By the way, happy belated Mother's Day. How did that go?
Happy belated Mother's Day for you as well. I had a wonderful time. Yes, I did. How about you?
Same here. Thank you. Just with the kids, the usual, to be honest. It was
Yeah,
nothing
yeah,
fancy, basic, but it's always
yep. I
good.
had a great time. Yep.
Wonderful. Well, we're excited that you're here joining us. Would you mind telling us a little bit about who you are and what you do?
Well, I am Salem Nicole. I am owner and CEO of Fourth House Intuitive. That's a IV Roman numeral 4. And I specialize in psychic readings, Reiki, crystal healing. I also do dream analysis and birth chart analysis as well. I also help those with alchemy, also, which is gaining information regarding certain rituals or manifestations that can be done to help with all kinds of certain things like love, fertility, bringing in extra money, bringing in extra jobs, things like that, some people look into rituals to help them boost the energies to bring towards them what they want for manifestations. And yeah, pretty much that's it.
Yeah, that's it. That's a lot. That's
It's a
awesome.
lot. Hmm.
And what did you want to start off the show with today? What area of specialty do you think is important to highlight about you and the work that you're doing?
Well, I think we should talk a little bit about alchemy. I think that's a subject that we haven't really touched on as of yet.
Sure.
It's gaining in popularity these days and in the past as well. Like I said, a lot of folks that may struggle with gaining the momentum or being able to accomplish certain goals that they're wanting to accomplish. People work for years and years and years and years and years trying to get things accomplished and it doesn't seem to work. And that's when they start to result in, well, maybe I should try a ritual or two.
Yeah.
Maybe I should try to manifest things, which that's a great opportunity. So that's kind of like tapping into certain information regarding what tools you can use to manifest love into your life. It's a lot of singles out there that are dating and have a hard time dating in the dating world. It's not an easy genre to be in dating. So a lot of people want to bring that right person towards them instead of them having to go through so many different people. So a lot of folks are manifesting love these days, or a lot of folks are manifesting money and new jobs, new careers, things like that these days. So this gives us an opportunity to get together and discuss what tools you can use, like certain crystals that you can use, certain herbs that you can use, certain days of the week, certain times of the month when you can do those types of rituals. Um, what type of affirmations or intentions that you can set for those types of goals. And so that way you're tapping into using the law of attraction and other universal laws to help you attract what you want.
So yeah, I've heard about that whole what was the
Mhm.
name of the book? And it's on a Netflix series now. The Secret. It's called The Secret. You ever hear of The Secret? It's a
Yeah.
book and
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know
Mm-hmm.
specifically, but I know it deals with the law of attraction. And if you put it out there,
Mm-hmm.
use a vision board, you supposedly can really get what you want. But is there more to it than that? Do we
Mm-hmm.
have to be in the right mindset to get what we want? Because what about, I feel like I've done that before and it didn't work. Why didn't it work? Was I really not believing, not into it?
Mm-hmm.
What has to happen to within, to myself, to within whoever is listening for it to start working?
Yeah, you definitely have to be in the mindset. Your mindset is what's going to put out the intentions, so to
Hmm.
speak, everything starts in the mind. So what you think about, you bring about. So as long as you believe that it's going to happen, that if you do XYZ, use these certain tools, things like that, if you believe in it, then it will happen. Belief is everything. So if you are one of those people that are Believe in magic, don't believe in alchemy, don't believe, then hey, then it won't happen. Your mindset is what's going to control
Yep.
how that ritual or how that manifestation is going to go, because you're sending thought waves, a
Yep.
signal that's going to
Mm-hmm.
create a ripple effect out into the cosmos. And then the
Mm-hmm.
cosmos, they're going to hear it, and then they're going to bring it right back to you based off of what else you got going on. So if you find yourself, let's say after you do this ritual, right? And you're
Mm-hmm.
going about your day weeks later, whatever the case may be, and all of a sudden now you don't believe in it anymore. You start thinking negative about it. You start talking negative about it. Just keep in mind
Sure.
those are intentions too.
Okay.
So not only you're kind of messing up things. So if you're not in the right mindset, and then you have to keep yourself in the right mindset. That's the trick. You have to keep
Mm-hmm.
yourself in the right mind straight until it shows up. And then you have to be optimistic as well. You have to keep yourself open to receive, because if you don't, if you shut down because of your negative mindset, then well, you might miss the whole boat. So to speak. Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. All right. Well, let's increase our mindset. And there's so many different ways with, I'm going to say alchemy with your readings, but we could increase this positivity. Look, I'm going on vacation next week with my
Yeah.
6 and 8 year old, my sister, her husband, her 2 kids, and I want to manifest a man. Okay. I'm entitled to have love and feel, come on, help me. Things haven't been going well in that department, and we're on to a new chapter. So yeah, but I feel like I'm always attracting the same type of person, and I'm going round and round and round. Oh, what can I do on vacation differently to change my mindset? Help.
Well, one of the things that you can do is meditate. So while you're there, try to find some time for you, just you only. I don't know if you guys are going somewhere where there's a beach or something to that
Yeah, yep.
nature,
It's
where
a
or
hotel.
where there's a
It's like
park.
a timeshare, so it's a 2 bedroom. The kids could even stay in the room. It's right on the beach, so we're good. Yeah.
That's going to be perfect. So once you do that, try to find some time where you can connect with nature just by yourself. 15, 20 minutes, and just meditate. Just be in silence with nature and take a journal with you. And so while you're there, whatever comes to mind, write it down. Just let your mind flow.
I'm gonna take a
Whatever
note.
comes out, it doesn't matter if it's
Journal.
good, bad,
Okay.
indifferent, it don't matter. Whatever
Okay.
comes out, just write it down. Okay. It doesn't have to be in a certain order. It doesn't have to be in paragraphs. It doesn't have
Okay.
to be neat. Just write it down. Okay. And
Mm-hmm.
so concerning love, right? This is what you're trying to get in contact with as a man, right? Love. So the first thing you write down is love. And then you just sit there and you just sit in silence and let nature do its work. And then
Mm-hmm.
after that, you write down whatever comes to mind. After you do that, that's going to give you some information
Yeah.
you're on what you may need to do in order to bring in what you're wanting to bring in. Because you told me that it seemed like that you were what, dating the same person, different name. Am I getting this right? Like you keep
Well,
attracting.
I keep attracting the same type of man. Yes. Or do I have to change? Or, but like I always think, yeah, yeah, I do, and it always ends the same way. The jealousy, the not understanding. I'm a mother that works full time, and there's never enough time. But everything that they say so fine in the beginning, and then it turns out to be, well, you don't have time for me. I said, told you that since day one. And then, well, why are you on social media? Who are you talking to? What? I don't even go out, but I'm like, it's becomes like a jealousy thing where it's like, I don't, there's, it's, yeah, pretty much I date my pattern my whole life. And you look back to my childhood and my mom, my dad was a very jealous man. It was very toxic at that house. And it always scared me away from relationships because I saw what moms and dads could do and argue and fight physically. And I just said, so I know that has an effect on me, but I feel like I'm okay with that. And I've come to terms. My mom passed now. My dad, my sister lives with my father. He's just such a nicer human being now. It's amazing that one had to die for him to be his nice side to come out because they were just toxic. But I feel like, okay, what am I getting? Did I really, did I put a block so hard that it's still there, even though I'm really fine with it? What's going on? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Well, in some cases, that might be the case. It sounds like that you would need to take some time out to do where we can get together and get to the bottom of why things are the way that they are in love. which is going to take some time, because you do have some situations that you're fine with, is what you said. When in all actuality, you're not. Why you're not is because, well, you're not accomplishing the goal that you want to get to.
You're
So,
right. So it's not
conflict of
right.
interest.
You're right.
Right. So we have a conflict of interest. So since we have a conflict of interest, spirit don't know what to bring to you. They don't know because of your past, what you're still holding on to, what you're still fine with, and what you're trying to accomplish. All that is different. So that's why I was saying go into nature, just sit in silence, listen to nature, see what ideas, what thoughts, what comes up. Whatever comes up, you just write it down from there. And then that may give you some information on what you can do to break the cycle. But I see a pattern within you, Jill, which is one of the reasons on why you possibly keep attracting the same type of people. And so it's just getting to the bottom of where that pattern comes from, you know,
Yeah, no, I know that it's
yeah,
totally
pretty
me. Of
much getting
course.
down to the
I'm not
bottom of
blaming
that.
everyone that I
Yeah.
date. It's always them. There's something totally wrong with me too. That's for me to
Well,
keep.
it's twofold because every
Hmm.
relationship takes two. So I'm not saying that it's
Yeah.
all on you. I'm just saying it's time to get to the roots of what's causing this pattern so that
Hmm.
way you can learn from it, break it, and then be able to manifest who you want. Because right now, I feel like with the situation that you've told me so far, even if you decide to manifest a man, it may end up being something similar to what you've been doing all the time
Yeah.
because that's what you're used to and that's
Yeah.
what you're fine with. You're fine with it, but is the other person fine with it? So it's a lot more variables to go into that. So
Yeah.
that's why I was saying, you want to, we can sit down and go through some things, Jill, and maybe book a session so that way I can try to help you
Thank you.
decode what's really going on there so that way you can find who you're wanting to find. Because otherwise, you're again, you may be just continuously repeating the same circle, different name, different man, different
Thank
name.
you.
And
Well,
that's a lot of time,
yeah, of course, I'm
time
35.
invested.
But thank you. I just want to
Yeah,
circle back to what we started talking about a few minutes ago
yeah.
before I brought myself into it. It's not just me, but it's
Sorry.
manifestation for everyone. We all want to manifest. And
Yeah,
sometimes you can't
yeah.
really, sometimes manifestation may not work because there's root issues to it, which is good to know, good to point out.
Mm-hmm.
Some people might be
Mm-hmm.
disappointed in the manifestation process, but that's because there was something that's holding them back. So you can help release those types of
Correct.
blocks to help you move forward to manifest.
Correct.
Perfect.
You
Bring it
got
full
it.
circle. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So, manifestation being another big one that you could help with, clearing up roots, causes, blocks. And obviously, we've talked about Reiki before. I know about blockages and that type of healing you
Yeah.
do. Is there have you done any Reiki lately or any readings, anything that's coming to mind that you wanted to bring to light today for our show?
Well, I have. The only thing is I haven't gotten permission to
Oh,
share.
got it. Okay. I always say don't use their name,
So,
but you know,
yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, even the
yeah,
situation, I still have to get permission. If I don't get
okay.
permission from clients to share, then yeah.
Got
But
it.
so right now, I don't have anything new to report. But once I get permission, then I'll have something for you then. But as far as Reiki goes, I've been doing some Reiki on myself here lately because I was dealing with some low energy levels. And so I needed to boost myself back up. Mainly, one, because of the festivities we had going on for Mother's Day. I was just wiped out. I've been busy, 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 and I needed a boost in energy. So I did some Reiki to help boost my energy so that I can be present, cheerful, ready to go, ready for the festivities. Otherwise I would have stayed in bed all day.
No swimming today, right? You're in Florida.
I am. I might be going later, maybe. We'll have to see. But I did go yesterday though, so it was good. Yeah.
Do you mind me? Do you have a pool? Do you live near the beach? Just curious.
Mm, yeah, yeah. We have a pool.
Awesome. Awesome.
Mm. Gotta have a pool in Florida. It's too hot.
I, but then does your pool get so hot in the summer? Like it's like a hot tub, and then
Yeah.
Do people
Well,
have coolers like in Northeast? We have heaters for your pool. Do you guys have coolers for your pool?
no, it just gets to like a lukewarm temperature, the water does, to where
Mm,
it just feels like, almost a warm bath almost. It doesn't get like hot, but the water does fluctuate temperature if the temperature outside fluctuates.
interesting. I'm gonna be swimming soon. I'll be thinking about you. Well,
Yeah,
you're in Florida. I'm in Aruba. It's not that far, but to see some
yeah.
beautiful weather will be so uplifting to so many of us. People listening or tuning in right now, we just want to remind them the fourth house intuitive, your website, it's IV, Roman numerals, guys, house, HOUSE, intuitive, INTUITIVE.com. You can find out more about Salem Nicole and also book a session with her. But it's not just, the Reiki, it's not just, but people might say, well, how do I know what I need? You offer that initial consultation to figure out what you want, what can work for you. Birth chart analysis, you name it, she does it. We've talked about so much. Is there something over the past 2 weeks we haven't covered yet that you love to do and explore?
Um, hmm. I would say the astrology portion of things.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of what I do is based off of astrology and having a basis. Like the astrology gives me the map of what may come up, what's going on in one's life, what may need attention as far as healing. Astrology plays a whole part what it is that I do. And that is based off of the client as well, because there's different types of astrology that I use. It goes by the client as well, because everybody's different. And I just, my main goal is to help people understand on. So, if you're someone that deals with tropical or Western astrology, then it's, your healing and all of that psychic readings is going to be based off of that because that's what you're used to. Or if you are someone that deals with Vedic astrology, then that's what your readings, healings, everything else we're going to be based off of as well. So that's a little tidbit of information there that we haven't touched on as of yet. I do a lot of astrology information within the readings that I do on YouTube for general readings. I always do a little snippet of astrology because, depending on what the communication is that's going on in the stars is going to dictate a lot of our behaviors and a lot of situations that's going on that you may be dealing with based off of where you're at. So, which that's another reason why readings are tailored to the
Yep.
individual because everybody's different. Everybody reacts differently to those energies, so yeah.
Awesome. Oh, yeah. I like saying, yep, that's it.
I
She's
get
got it.
I get very technical. I get very technical. And that's just because I feel like it's going to give the client a better outcome.
Yeah. Well, we love the work that you're doing. It's always a pleasure to have you here to speak to us and to see what comes next. Because as an intuitive, is your brain working? Like, are they shouting out to you? Like, what did you want to talk about? And you're so, I'll just roll with it. I'll just go with it. And you do. What's coming to mind next?
Well, yeah, I mean, I just ask the client just pretty much how you're asking me,
Yeah.
I'll say, what do you want to talk about? And then we go and I just build off of whatever it is that they're wanting to do, how they're wanting to do it, things like that. And it ends up being a success afterwards, after this, the process is completed. Again, this is all part of my own signature process because I am a analytical type of person. So I like to get certain variables answered and out of the way. So that way I have a clear cut picture of what I'm dealing with and how I can try to fix it. That's what it's about, getting it fixed, So yeah, it's a very technical type of process. That's another reason why I have the free consultations. Yeah.
Hmm. Awesome. Thank you so much. We talked a little bit about crystals last time, 2 times ago,
Mhm.
I think. And anything coming up now the season, with the spring, is there any type of crystals we should be holding on to? What type of crystal work do you do?
Well, with spring and summer months, there are some crystals that you can use that are by season. However, I always go by what it is that you're wanting to accomplish, So just because it's spring or summer doesn't mean you want to deal, there's people that are getting ready to start school, going into their master's degrees. There are certain people that are going into internships, getting graduating from their programs and things like that. There's people that are starting new jobs. There are people that are getting laid off. There are, it just depends.
Yeah.
So me, I like to work with the basics pretty
Okay.
much. And one of mine, again, it depends on what you're looking for, is crystal quartz. Crystal quartz is a universal crystal that you can program to do anything. It doesn't matter the season, time, day, none of that. It cuts all the work out for you. Okay.
Yeah.
So I would definitely keep a piece of crystal quartz with you. Another piece that I would keep will be amethyst. Amethyst is something that helps you connect the third eye and your crown chakra, which that's where a lot of messages, ideas, your thoughts, your communication comes from. So being able to boost those energies within that crown chakra by carrying some amethyst is going
Yeah.
to help you with, finding solutions, the meditation sessions. So even for your situation, Jill, you may want to take some crystal quartz, some amethyst, and then the other one is black tourmaline or black jasper, something that's going to help keep you grounded during those times of because you're tapping into your elevated thought. And during those times, well, you can elevate for sure. So you may
Yeah.
feel a little lightheaded. You may feel nauseated sometimes. Everybody reacts to tapping into their elevated thought differently. So keeping that jasper, that black jasper, black
Jasper.
tourmaline, or
Ooh.
even some hematite, something to that nature that's going to keep you grounded during those times. So it's going to help you focus
What what
too.
what is Jasper?
Black jasper, that is, let's see,
Is there
it's
different
just, it's a
colors?
black, well, yes, there are
Okay.
different colors. There's red jasper, there's, where's another one? Yeah, there's all kinds of different types of jaspers within that particular family. That's a good one that you would use to connect to earth,
Okay.
so to speak. That's something that I like to tap into when I can't go outside, during those times when you got a lot going on, you got to work, you got to hustle and bustle, and you just don't have time to connect with earth.
That's so
Black, or
true.
I'm sorry, red jasper is a good one to use for that. And
Mm-hmm.
so any of the crystals actually, as they all come from earth, but if you want to get those potent energies, then yeah, red jasper is a good one. um and black onyx or black jasper or black tourmaline
Mm.
also.
All right. Thank you for that. We still got, oh my gosh, only 2 minutes left. How is that possible? How do you want to end up sum up for today? I can't believe it.
Well, if anybody is
Wow.
looking to get additional information on what it is that I do, you can always get snippets of information. General readings are done on YouTube. So you could go to YouTube on at 4000 Intuitive LLC and the channel will come right up for you. And you can see general readings that are uploaded there, posted lives, things like that. You can also check out any of the other social media platforms, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. So that way you're able to get a little bit of a feel of what it is that I do. And you can see things, things like that. Also, you can contact me on my website at ivhouseintuitive.com, or you can call me at 888-339-3273, extension 804.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Pleasure having you back here and looking forward to the next time we get to connect.
Thanks, Jill. Thanks for
Thanks
having me and
again.
enjoy your week.
Thank you. You too. Are we back this week or we're twice a week, right?
Friday.
Oh, good. I'll see you then before I go away. Thank you so much. Have a great day, sweetheart. Thanks for everything today. 4000 Intuitive. Check her out. Salem Nicole. Good to see you.
Are you looking for even more of the podcasts and hosts that you love? The Podcast Business News Network is proud to announce that you now have even more ways to listen live. Check out the MyTuner Radio, online radio box, and Simple Radio apps on iOS and Android, or find us online. Search for Business News Network on mytuner-radio.com, or search Podcast Business News Network on streama.com and onlineradiobox.com/US. Take your podcast on the go and don't miss a minute of the action.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house.
And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned. This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.